making the invisible visible, Black women 365 days of the year. Each day will spotlight a remarkable woman whose story has shaped Black, British or global diasporic history. Women whose achievements are too often overlooked. Through these daily short films, we create a living, breathing archive of leadership, creativity, resistance and legacy. Let's begin.
Hi, I'm Sarah Amani, and I am a daughter, a sister, an auntie to more and more nephews and nieces, it seems. And professionally, I'm a mental health nurse by background, turned digital health lead and entrepreneur, and also a very proud charity worker in my homeland of Malawi. So my work moves across, I would say, strategy, technology, clinical safety, but always people. Um, so I help organization turn complex digital ideas into practical, safe solutions, and I help them solve problems, day-to-day people's problems, like if tasks are taking too long and taking clinicians like nurses, doctors, social workers away from their primary work of helping people. How do you make technology assist and not get in the way, and also reduce that time so that people have more time to just spend with the people they're caring for? So I founded a consultancy called TrustPoint Digital Health recently, and that's what we do essentially is help people solve problems with technology and doing it safely, especially now with things like artificial intelligence moving rather rapidly. So I also use my experience, which I've worked, oh gosh, I'm going to show my age now. I've worked in healthcare for 22 years. So I use that experience to also make sure that what we're doing with technology is hopefully safe. Around 2005, I had just qualified as a nurse. So, straight out of university, really excited about the prospects and possibilities ahead. And I went back home to Malawi to kind of just spend time with my mom, but also just rediscover my roots because I'd left Malawi at the age of 14 or 15. So whilst there, we were just walking in a local village by Lake Malawi, and we noticed a young child, no more than maybe 3 or 4 years old, lying down, face down, had been sick. And what was happening and what the context of this young child was is that in rural settings, parents go tend to their farms and leave their children to fend for themselves until maybe 4 or 5 p.m. So my mom's started a what we call a breakfast club. So we set this up, and we 20 years later it's still running. It's called Kwathu Breakfast Club and Nursery School. So all the toddlers in the village now have a place where they receive a nutritious breakfast. There's adults to look after them. If they're sick, they're tended to, a parent is contacted or they're taken home to their parents to say, I think this might be my malaria or something. So that really changed for me, not only nursing in the UK, but how I can use my skills beyond my workplace to impact my local community back in Malawi. Again, coming from a mental health nurse background, there's still a lot of stigma about mental health. So most people don't realize, but I can DJ pretty decently. So, and the link between that and mental health nursing is whilst I was a student, one person who was using services refused to see anybody. I noticed he had some vinyl decks on his desk, and I was like, wow, awesome. And I asked him a lot of questions about his taste in music, how he got the decks, etc., etc. And he was like, you know what? You seem very eager, but obviously you don't know anything about DJing. If you if you promise not to lecture me about my healthcare, you'll be able to come and see me weekly, and I'll teach you how to DJ. So I learned to DJ whilst a student nurse in Surrey, and the obviously I wasn't just taking his expertise and using him. I was checking in on his mental health and medication and everything else whilst learning to spin on some vinyl. I suppose my guilty pleasure, I'm in the work that I do, which is the technology and digital side of things, you have to be pretty precise, and an answer sometimes really does have just yes, no, right or wrong. So in my spare time, I tend to gravitate towards creativity. So whether it's the music, whether it's photography, I fly drones for area photography because sometimes seeing things from a bird's eye view makes you just stand back a little bit and take things in without getting engrossed in the detail. So that's why I take the joy sometimes if I shoot a really lovely drone video, put some music on it, layer it up, and I see maybe conservatively 10 people like it. I'm sharing my little piece of joy with a wider audience. So that keeps me, that's enough for me. Like on a daily basis, I'll post a video with a bit of music and hopefully it brings a smile to somebody's face.
Thank you for joining us for today's story. Making the Invisible Visible is our commitment to ensuring that Black women's histories and contributions are recognised, valued and kept in daily circulation. Across 2026, we will continue to share these powerful narratives, 365 days of impact, brilliance and inspiration. Stay connected, join the conversation and help us champion the women whose journeys continue to shape our world. I'm Paulette Brooks and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next story.